it's Jen from Gold Nutrition. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jen. I'm a registered dietitian, the founder of Gold Nutrition, and a planning enthusiast. And today I'm giving my mini Happy Planner a spring makeover. So if that sounds good to you, then just keep watching. Okay guys, I'm excited. You know, I love a good planner setup. I always say that because it's so much fun. I just think it's so much fun and it keeps me in my planner and I need my planner. And if you don't already follow me, then you may not know that I currently use a mini Happy Planner for my on-the-go planner. I mostly just put any appointments in there, just like the most important things is what goes in here, but I use some other planners. I use some classic Happy Planners as well to track social media or plan social media, and also for business planning and for home management planning. And I have a playlist of all my 2022 planners. If any of that interests you, I'll link the playlist for you. What we're going to do today in this video is give my mini Happy Planner a little spring makeover, because as much as I absolutely still really love this Simply Gilded cover and the setup of my planner, it's just feeling very winter and I've just been wanting something lighter. And you may have seen that I did purchase a different Simply Gilded cover, the same style cover, but kind of like in a blush with some rose gold striping. It's so beautiful. And I am going to use that, but I think I'm going to use that next month, because what I'm going to do today, honestly, I wanted to do in March. And I think it was a little bit inspired by the green and golds that come up in March, but I never got to do it and I still want to do it. So that's what we're going to do today. So let me show you what we're working with now, and then we will get to changing it up. So here's the inside of my Simply Gilded cover. It's, by the way, if you like this cover, if you like this cover, I believe that she still sells them. I think there's a couple different ones. They look very much like her sticker storage books. If you are familiar with those, it's the same size as her large sticker storage books. And this is considered a B6 size cover. And it's a traveler's notebook style as well. It has the strings for little journals, but this fits in it perfectly. And all I have to do is slip a string through the back cover and it stays just fine. And it comes in and out very easily if you want it to. So I set this up either the beginning of last month or the month before. I think it was the month before. And I do have a video of that, so I'll link that for you. But what I did at that time was put on these frosted covers from Love Posh, and I really do love them. I also had purchased this vellum from Love Posh, and I put that under the frosted cover. I had made this inbox by creating the printed page on Canva, and then I put packaging from a mini Happy Planner that I cut down and punched in, and then I put sticky notes on here, and it's worked out really well. It was something simple, but something that I needed really bad in here, and it was a game changer. This was covered in sticky notes. I just took them off before I started filming because most of them I didn't need anymore, and even the ones I did, it was personal. So, but then the planner that's in here is this planner, which is a dashboard layout. And I loved this cover. I used it for a long time. But I like changing things up. I just do. So I had changed it to the Love Posh covers, and these were not expensive at all. I think like $10 if I remember correctly. I love Love Posh. So back to the inside of the planner, it is a dashboard planner. Like for instance, this was my St. Patrick's Week layout. This planner, sometimes it's working for me, sometimes it's not. I write in it at least a little every week, but sometimes I don't write a lot, but just making life work. These beautiful stickers are from Chris Creates Plans. You may have heard me share in a previous video. I am a Chris Creates Plans rep team member right now, which is so awesome. She is a Etsy shop And I do have a code, Jen20. You can save 20% off in her shop, and you'll also get my exclusive freebie, which, let me grab it. Here's my freebie. I'm obsessed. This is my freebie. I love it so much. So if you use code Jen20, you'll get 20% off your order from the shop, and you'll get my freebie, which is awesome. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take off this cover because I think what I want to do is go back to my gold Happy Planner Deluxe cover, but it's gold with a snap closure, and then it's this light green inside. And I have to say that the Simply Gilded cover is lighter, and for that reason I have liked it better. But I'm not carrying my bag all over the hospital anymore because I'm not working in the hospital. I'm in an outpatient setting now. And so I've even been thinking about changing back to a half letter. But before I do, this particular planner goes, I believe, till July. Well, we'll find out when we switch things over. I might try to use it up until it's done and then switch. I haven't decided. So we're going to switch the covers. We're going to change up this cover, and I'm going to put the rest of the year that's left in this planner into here. We're just going to straighten her up just a little bit. This isn't really so much a Franken planner. I do have a couple of classic size Franken planners. If you like that kind of stuff, I will link the playlist for you. This is really more straightforward of the planner, but I do keep some note pages in here. So we're going to do all that stuff. So I'm going to take this planner out of this Simply Gilded cover, and let's get started. Okay, you guys, I have to tell you, I'm super proud of myself because I DIY'd some covers to go in here in place of this vellum. So I took craft paper, which I can show you the pads I pulled the papers from in case you like them, although I did buy them a ways back, so I don't know if they're available anymore. I bought them at Michael's and they're a Recollections brand, but let me grab them and I'll show you. So this one is called Paradise Palette, and that's what this paper is from. And this one is called Cozy Neutrals, and that's what this side is from. And this one I bought around Christmas time, so maybe it was one of those hot buys where you get 2 free things if you buy one thing. So what I did was I traced this cover. And then I used my paper trimmer to cut them so they'd be straight lines. I thought about using a corner chomper because you can see how the corners are rounded on the Happy Planner cover, but I wasn't sure. Because the vellum that I have in here is straight and I kind of like it, so I didn't chomp it yet, and maybe if I decide I want to, I could, but basically that's just this little tool that makes the corners round. So anyway, I traced this, but I did try to measure, and it seemed like if you're doing it this way to go under here, so you're not laminating it and all of that, I took the full length and width of this with the clear edge included, and it was roughly 5.25 inches the short way. It was a little less than that, and it was 7.5 inches the long way. Then I ended up trying to measure the short way on the actual paper because I had to like trim it to get it straight. It was my first time trying this. It came out closer to 5 inches, so FYI, but I wanted it to cover the tabs. So you see with the vellum from Love Posh, the tabs show, which is fine. This is quite long. This is a little bit longer than a Happy Planner cover. So basically like that, like it's quite a bit more. It's quite a bit more that way, but it's fine. It fits in everything fine, and I don't care. I didn't mind the tabs showing here, but I kind of wanted to cover them this time around, so I made this a little longer. So basically we're going to pull this off of here. Beautiful, beautiful vellum. I would definitely purchase more vellums from her. But so, moment of truth. So what I did, if you're wondering, is I traced the cover on both kinds of paper because this Recollection scrap paper just has a plain white backing. It's not printed on two sides. And I mean, the white would have been fine, but I just felt like having, another side. So it also made it nice and firm, but I traced on both papers, cut it, as I said, with the paper trimmer. Then I used some adhesive tape, glued them together, and then I punched them with lavender punch because the Happy Planner punch, I do use it and it works just fine when you're punching paper, but something this thick, it will jam it. I promise you it will. So the lavender punch had zero issue. That is a more expensive punch, and it took a little finagling because it's not really meant for Happy Planner sizes. It's meant for like letter and half letter. Although the punches line up fine, but you had very little wiggle room before you were going to punch over this if you didn't get it just right. But I managed somehow to get it just right. I was really proud of myself. So I'm going to pop this on here. And then let's close it and look. So looks like the only thing is it looks like this is a tiny bit long. So I might trim that after. Yeah, it's just a little tiny bit long. So I'll fix that after. I'm not going to do it right now. And then where's my other side? Oh, there it is. I debated on if I needed to make another side because it's just going to go into the cover and you won't really see it much. But I thought that if I really loved them and I decided to use them again in the future or decided to laminate them, then I would want to. So I just made two. So that is so pretty. I love it. Yeah, I do just need to trim a little hair off of each end. But, oh, I love it. And then we open it up. So pretty. I might want something here. Feel like I need to make a little room. So I have January till April in here, which when I have done this in more of a Franken style, Franken planner style, I would keep 3 months at a time. That's usually what I would do. I'm not really doing that. What I have back here after April is, here's April. I have this divider that I just love from an Undated Faith mini planner, and this is just my notes section. So maybe at some point I'll clip a piece of craft paper here. I just have a little bit of lined paper left, not very much. I have a few daily sheets, although usually if I'm using daily sheets, I do it in my classic size. And what I did grab during one of the sales, I had purchased this little mini Happy Notes, which I think would be a super cute cover in the summer. And also a great thing about these Happy Notes is they come with dividers. Also usually like 3, sometimes 4. And you can get these on sale for so cheap and then switch out covers and dividers and totally customize your planner with those, which is so cool. One of the reasons I love the discount system so much. But anyway, it has this really cute paper in here. So I'm just going to put a little bit of it in here because it's just so that if like I'm watching a webinar or something and I just need to take some notes, that I just have a little paper, but I'm not keeping a novel in here. I'll switch it out if it gets too full. So, love my inbox. That's staying. I don't think I need to keep January in here anymore. So, we'll take January out. So now we're going to put the planner into the deluxe cover, which I would love a no-teak cover at some point, but this was far less money. And the Simply Gilded covers, again, the reason I've liked them so much, just seeing how this all fits. Oh yeah, very nice. Is because they're so light. So even going from this cover, because this was the one I was originally using, and I could link for you the video when I had first set up my Bini and I was using this cover. So, okay. So love how this looks on the inside. So I want to put some things in here, make it pretty. So let's see what I've got. So first of all, I always have a pen, and I always have some kind of sticky notes, and I usually like to have an ollie clip with a little something. That's kind of the things I like. So in terms of a pen, I'm going to use one of these tool pens, which it's so pretty. I love it. So I'm going to throw that in the pen loop. Now, that's the only thing that I'm seeing here is how well does this fit with the pen, which I kind of had that issue a little in the other one too, just because these frosted covers are a bit long. Nope, it's fine. It's totally fine. Yep. And so I like that. That's pretty. So that's going to stay. I also had these little post-it, or not post-it, these little sticky notes, little mini ones that came in. It was like the Gardening Be Happy box quite a ways back now, but I don't know if you can get that one anymore. But if you can, I would link it. I'll mention that I am a Happy Planner affiliate, which means that I will link any Happy Planner products that I can down in the description box below the video. And if you click on one of those links and make a purchase, I do earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. If you choose to do that, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. That Be Happy box, I used it. I never did use this, and at the time I was kind of sad it wasn't punched. But I do actually have a little piece that of like a clear, it actually I think is more recycled packaging. I do have a piece floating around here that I could put that on if I wanted to put it like over, which actually would be pretty. I did consider putting it here, but this pocket's kind of deep, so it doesn't really show, and it's gonna slide down. So maybe I will. Let me see if I have that piece handy. One moment. Okay guys, so I did have a piece of the packaging from a mini Happy Planner that's trimmed down. It's not perfect, but it's clear, so it's fine. And I'm gonna just adhere this to this with this and pop it on. Okay. It's cute, right? I think it's cute. I think I'm gonna go like that for now because I can't decide. Oh, but before I leave that there, if you saw my recent spring haul, then you saw that I got this little, I forgot what it's called, but I'll link it for you. But it's a little like fan booklet of like bullets and all kinds of functional stickers. And I was wondering if it fit in the agenda. And it does. It's kind of a tight fit in this one, maybe in a bigger agenda. Like you could close that and everything, but I feel like it would make a permanent ridge here. I don't really like it with this anyway, but I was just curious. Okay, I kind of like it like that. I'm not sure. Okay, then I have these transparent dots from cloth and paper, which I want for my monthly. So I'm going to put those in here. Yeah, they don't fit there. I'm going to put them, I think they look cute like that, like poking out like that. Okay, let's flip through. I'm not gonna lie, I'm excited. It just feels good to change things up. It just feels maybe like a new beginning, or I don't know. I just love it. But I try to keep it low cost. I'm not going to pretend I didn't buy all these things at one time. I did. Lately, I've really been trying to work with what I have, but still be able to make things feel fresh and new and exciting. So, deluxe cover from the Happy Planner for a mini Happy Planner has the light green interior, which I think is so pretty with this full setup. What I did was just because it just makes me happy to think about being on Chris Creates Plans rep team, because it's just been a really cool and fun experience so far. So I put her business card right there, just peeking out. Then this journaling card is from Jane's Agenda. I do have a referral code where you can save 15% off your first purchase with Jane's Agenda. That's down in the description box. It's not an affiliate link. I don't make any money. I do get a credit though. So if you choose to use that, thank you. And then this was some journaling ephemera I got from, I think it's called Vintage Bujo. And then the Ollie clip is from Ollie Black, I believe it's called, on Etsy. And then the dots are from Cloth and Paper. Oat milk is the color. And I do think they look really pretty poking out. So then, yeah, I decided ultimately, even though I know this is the cover, I don't know if it's weird, but I like it the way it looks. So anyway, I put that in the front. Then I have my frosted covers from Love Posh. I do have gold metal discs from the Happy Planner, but they're still the small size. So then I have my little, kind of cardstock dashboard that I created myself that I'm so proud of. I love the little neutral inside. I threw in the cover page from the dashboard planner. I have my little also piece of plastic from the packaging that I'm using as my inbox. I write notes on my sticky notes and then I stick them right onto here until I'm ready to either jot it in my planner or whatever. But it's just more for like I'm on the phone and I take a quick note, or it's something that I need to remember but I'm not sure of an exact date or something like that. Just throw it here. And I've kind of always done something like that. And when I didn't have it there, it was bugging me and needed that. So I think that's one of the wonderful things about using a planner and, developing a planning style is that you learn so much about yourself. You learn what works. And I think we spend too much time punishing ourselves for trying to use something that doesn't work, and when it doesn't work, we blame ourselves. But sometimes it's just that the system is not well suited to us. And that goes beyond planning, right? All kinds of aspects of our lifestyle that sometimes we're trying to fit a box that we don't fit in. And when we find something that jives with who we are and what we value and the way we like to live, then it makes all the difference. And that can happen in a planner, and that can happen in a lot of ways. So anyway, I love that. I love when you discover something that works, because you don't just know what works now, but you know more about yourself. And I think that's really cool. So again, I made the little word inbox on Canva, and I just like the clean simpleness of it. Here's the 2022 calendar. Then, you have your perpetual calendar where I was just briefly tracking PTO. I don't know. I don't really use it. And then we get into our months, which it's starting with March. I have April. That's what the monthly looks like. And this is what the dashboard layout looks like, undecorated or anything. The way that I use this is that I jot like appointments or anything really important, day specific, just like highlights of the most important things on the days. I use this part to write down my schedule for the following week, and that has been a game changer. I saw somebody talk about it on YouTube, and it was like a light bulb went off, and that has worked so well for me. Then I do to-do lists over here, bills that need to be paid in the week, and then I like to decorate. So that's how I do it in here. But that's that. And then I have May, June, and it ends in July, which I love that divider. I think it's so pretty. So just to show you this too, this is packaging that I made into a dashboard. The tab I got from Agenda 52, I believe, at Hobby Lobby. I know it says February. I don't care. They didn't have blank ones at the time. They do have some blank ones. I bought blank ones in rose gold that I'm going to use when I put on that other Simply Gilded cover. So I'll show you those in a future video when I do that. But this was an old one I'd made. I made this in the video when I first got my mini, and I put stickers from the Sophisticated Florals book, and I did like that, but I've been enjoying the just blank, so you can just look through it. But I decided to put this here so I could find where I have my note paper, and I need to just clip that together. Let me grab a clip, and I'll be right back. So I found this cute clip from Anna Being on a Mission. It was in the Valentine's surprise that I got from her. So I'm not using this calendar section right now, so I just want to clip this together. So I'm going to put this cute little rose gold heart. I love it. All right, so that'll go there. And then I have the note paper from that little mini Happy Notes, and then a little bit of leftover daily sheets and the other lined paper. So honestly, this is probably way more lined paper than I need in here, but whatever, it's fine. It all fits fine. And then my little dashboard that I made that I'm so proud of. I'm not gonna put anything back here, I don't think. And then my new tool pen. So that is my new setup, guys, and I love it. I like it a lot. Yeah, I'm happy. Look at that, so cute. So I like the way this feels in my hand. Yeah, I'm very excited. So let me know what you guys think of my new setup. Do you do anything like this? Do you like to change up your covers or anything like that? I love to hear what other people do. Please let me know in the comments below. And, you know, if you have any suggestions, covers that you love, products that you love, I love to hear that. Your favorite pens, any of that. And I always answer my comments. I love chatting with you guys. Thank you so much for taking your time to be here with me today. And if you'd like to see more of my content, my update on my planner lineup and all that's to come, then hit that red subscribe button down below. It's free. I really appreciate it if you stick around, and ring the bell so you're notified of all my future uploads. And that is going to do it for this one, you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Mm-hmm.